So Jerry, do you have a secret, a strategy, something to share with the audience?
Yeah, I do.
Great.
You know what? What's old is new. It's a content world now. Every company is their own media company. They're their own content creator. So what's new is writing ability. And I think if you don't have writing ability, you're going to be dead in the water. Because anybody that's in the PR business today has to know how to write well. They have to understand business. And if you're a good writer, you know, you're going to do well because that's what companies need. It's a skill that has fallen somewhat out of favor. You know, other kinds of tactics in PR, but it's still the core of what we do and what we can do well. And so what's old is new. The other part of it is I think we're going to see amazing things with technology in the next 5 years. With stuff that Apple's looking at, with things that the chip companies are looking at in terms of augmented reality. You know, it's going to be incredible developments that will surpass Siri. Is everybody familiar with Siri? I think in the next five years, it's going to be pretty amazing, and I think it's going to require professionals that have the ability to think fast and write well.
If you're not doing business with the Latino community in Southern California, you're just not doing business. Make sure that you cover all your audience. Make sure that you're not just writing for the mainstream, but you understand the different cultures and that you connect with the different cultures and really do your homework on that end, because I think in order to have a successful campaign, whether you're in the political arena or in the business or a nonprofit, you cannot, in this day and age here in Southern California, you cannot be successful if you do not understand the differences amongst your audience.
2012 is definitely going to be the year that we're going to put brand journalism to work for on behalf of our clients. So if you take a look at what Cisco's doing with the network, you guys might be familiar with what Nissan's doing, what Intel's doing with the Intel Free Press. Brand journalism is here, it's to stay, it's not going away. Brands are hiring former journalists, out-of-work journalists, to go out and tell stories. And at the end of the day, not very many people are reading. And so video is going to be key. You know, there's nobody better than who can tell a minute 30 story in video than, you know, someone who used to work at CNN. There are journalists that are out there that are willing to work on behalf of brands. And if you take a look at what Cisco is doing in particular, it's fascinating. And you know what? Google News is indexing them as news.
What are some of the biggest PR threats facing brands and companies today? And then the biggest opportunities?
We're in a big battle right now. One of the big threats, and it's a worldwide issue, is intellectual property. The recent battle you saw on Capitol Hill with SOPA and PIPA, the piracy issues. We represent the Motion Picture Association that I think, quite frankly, got caught with its pants down against the blogosphere, and the blogosphere and the internet folks won that battle. And that intellectual property is all over the world. It affects all of us. Opportunities for all of us is to recognize what our clients don't have and having the ability, the real ability, to meet those needs for our clients, selling services and upselling. And what always clients are looking for, and I think Stefan alluded to it, and that is the thing that, other than great writers and people who can handle the internet, we value and treasure people who are strategic thinkers. Telling the client how to deal with not just an immediate issue, but what's happening down the road in politics, in government, in the regulatory sphere, in the environmental arena, in the diverse communities that are, especially Los Angeles, which is the greatest laboratory for this business in the world. And those are the opportunities, some of the opportunities we have.